Yeah.
So you have a lot of people complain about that?
You can hear.
I mean, a lot of people usually are pretty cool about it.
Like,
Yeah.
are they complaining about people like jumping up and down, or just people walking?
Scooting, moving the furniture
Yeah,
around.
right.
It's more
Yeah.
that than anything.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm here with Ryan and Joe, two good friends of mine. Ryan and Joe are both investors, mainly doing Airbnb and rentals and flips, but today we're here to talk about Airbnb. Ryan and Joe, how long have you guys had this property?
I'll let Joe handle that one.
Gosh,
Started it.
it's probably been at least 2 years now, right?
I think longer than that, right?
Well, it feels like the rehab took 2 years.
Yeah.
I remember when you guys bought it, it was in terrible shape, right?
We bought it. It was a mess. It was literally falling apart. Somehow there was people living here, but when we tore out one of the kitchens, there was actually a rat's nest in the wall. So just to give you an idea.
Yeah, so that's where Joe stepped in. I mean, and really brought this house back to life.
I imagine it was a pretty big rehab then, right?
Yeah, I mean, there was a point where you could, and we'll put some pictures up, but you could stand here and literally see through the house. Like, that's how much we took it down to the stud.
We shifted the bedrooms to kind of make the floor plan a little bit better. And that was kind of easy because the load support was in the middle. So you kind of had a blank slate.
And it's all new electrical, all new plumbing, right?
All new everything. Like there's not much that remained. But yes, even the hardwoods were installed. But the trickiest thing with this rehab was probably making the 2 bedrooms work with 2 baths, because there was originally, it was a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and we had to squeeze 2 baths, and that was really tight. And actually, we'll show you the master bath over here. You'll notice like how the shower is catty cornered, and it's not as big as I'd like for a normal shower, but that was the only way.
Those little vanities. What is that, like an 18-inch vanity?
That's a 24. Next,
oh, it is. Okay.
There's an 18 over there.
Gotta do that.
It was definitely important. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We
it looks really good.
Like down to every. I mean, we don't have closets in the rooms because we literally had to move all that space to make it all work.
because it was built for an Airbnb, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe a closet is not as important as having space.
Always take your mind back to, what does a hotel look like? Everything's crammed in one room, right?
Yeah.
So we were like, why not just cram 2 beds into there?
Okay, if you could go back and change one thing about this, what would that be, Joe?
Soundproofing on the floors and the walls
Yes,
better.
I get a lot of comments about that at our place. The other day I was looking at a lot of hosts and I pulled yours up and your reviews are still really, really good. How do you think you keep that at a high number like you do?
I've got VAs that are constantly doing communication, keeping in touch with them, sending them messages throughout their stay.
Just communicating, checking on them.
And it's just offer, like, hey, if something's wrong, please tell us. We'll put that out there. So like if people are upset and they look back, they go, well, he did say, if there's something wrong, tell us, and we'd be happy to come fix it. And then if they have a personal question or like a human question that automation can't answer, then that's where the VAs come in, and they're really good. But yeah, so Joe's idea, we were gonna put a closet here, and Joe's idea was just like, hey, let's just build it out. Tell them about,
Yeah, so we've got this is kind of built in, and we just kind of figured it's down the road because Airbnb, who knows what it's gonna be in 5 years. This will probably be converted back into an apartment eventually. So we've got the space to put a closet for both bedrooms here. All we have to do is build a wall and then take another foot from that other side, and then you'll have your closet. So.
Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss sometimes, and we had no idea what the actual lot lines were. We just kind of assumed when we bought the property that it was just a straight line.
Right.
And we stood corrected when it came time to pour the driveway. And our neighbor, who we actually own this property now next door, and they had mentioned that they might have plans of building someday, and they didn't want it to basically disrupt their plans down the road if we poured too far.
What was the final verdict there? Wasn't it like we're literally like this much off of the lot line? It's like 6 inches, literally.
So tell me, how would you avoid that in the future?
Get a survey.
Get a survey, Get a survey, get it marked.
And the benefit of having survey is, one, where you're property is, where your property lines are, one, and then two, your title insurance covers the property around the house
Right.
and not just the structure if you have that. So there's multiple benefits to it. So that was something I wasn't aware of until I learned that on a apartment that I recently purchased, which not a big deal, but I was just kind of advised by my attorney to always get a survey. The good thing about the driveway and having to overcome that was we met the neighbors. And although we didn't really start off on the right foot because it was a very tense time, since then we made up, and they'd reach out to me if they needed contractors to help out with things here and there, and I was always happy to share it with them. And actually a few months ago they reached out to me and they mentioned that they are ready to sell their 4-unit, and they had known that I had an interest in that property. And so Ryan and I set up an appointment to go look at it. And although it was off market, something that I'm sure you're aware of, I feel like off market deals these days get more activity than deals that were on the market just a few years ago. So there was a lot of other people that were looking, and we basically just communicated that we were pretty much their buyers. We're going to do whatever it took to buy that thing.
Yeah. And so always be nice to your neighbors.
And that's important, man. That's so important.
So we ended up
never
the cool thing is we got the lot too. So the lot came with the house. So not only we bought this and we're gonna do Airbnb, but we have the lot right here that we're gonna eventually build like another quadplex on. And then we'll just have this whole
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I think one thing you have to learn is you have to be patient, right? You have to kind of let the cash kind of build up and then buy income producing assets.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Then you're safe, and then you
Yeah.
can't,
Yeah.
get your knees cut out from you.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's like a rush, and like it's something I don't mind, going the extra mile, and it's kind of fun for me. And like it's really fun and exciting, and it can be very disappointing sometimes too, but it's fun. But I learned a lot on it, and it's funny, real estate, no matter how long you've been doing it, you still learn something new.
Oh, dude, every day, man.
Every
day.
9 to 5. So I've done a 9 to 5, and I wouldn't go back
Yeah.
for that. So.
Yeah.